Hey, welcome to PeepOye, the Peepcast, the news reaction for US election results. And oh my gosh, so the results are here. Donald Trump is 45th president of United States of America. Many people are shocked, but Donald Trump rocked, right? Okay, so in this video, we'll talk about what media reports are, what people are saying, what will happen now to US, the entire world, what to expect, what are his policies, what is the reason why he has won, and what are the results like. So we'll cover all of that in next few minutes for you, so that you don't have to go anywhere else. But stick to this video for all the information that you want around this win, this historic win. So first and foremost, let's look at the results here. So if you see the electorals, the votes, Trump needed 270 to win, and he hit 276, and he basically got the majority here. And if we also see the senator and the House of Representatives, uh, in the Senate, they needed 51 for majority. The Republicans got that. You can see this graph; it's all red and very less of blue. House of Representatives, all red, almost all red. Now they needed 218 for majority. They were at 235, and for the president electoral votes, it's all red again. So clearly, if we see this these graphs, it shows how it was very different from what media had actually made it to be. And that's why I'm not so fond of that media, because many times they really they're getting some out of the pocket money from various sources. So don't really have to trust them. And these elections can basically talk about how different the results were than what media reports were showing. So let's talk about basically what Clinton had to say to Trump after the win. So of course we got to know that she congratulated Trump, and Trump surprisingly called her back, and he said that I think it was a very hard fought battle, and he does think that she has served the nation quite a lot, and he did say thank you in front of all the people at the time he took the podium. So, the first thing, let's talk about what happens now that Donald Trump has won. The first 100 days of a Trump presidency, what would happen? What to expect? Now, he definitely is an aggressive leader, and that was very much visible in his campaigns. The way he speaks with a lot of confidence, his basically policies around immigration, his policies around the environment. So let's talk about what world can expect, and after these results. So, let's talk about first and foremost the policies, that are around immigration. And as we all know that Mr. Trump doesn't want the people who are basically having fake passports to be in US. When he started his campaign, of course he said that he would want to kick out anybody with the wrong or undocumented details, and still living in US. But now what they would be doing, as per the recent updates, is that they would be starting a campaign to make sure that this is basically identified. All the people who are not supposed to be in US, they are kicked out. But this will happen over a period of time. And he's also on the immigration front, he has also said that he would not want any of the Muslims to be inside US. But now that's a big thing. And if we go by that, it will be very very tough, for global countries, Islamic countries, to basically bear with this policy of US. And we need to see what will happen in coming days. But what he's saying, that he's doing this against terrorism. He doesn't want any kind of terror in the United States of America. So that's on the immigration front. Now, what about Washington? So he wants also to reform Washington, and he's promised to drain the swamp of big money Washington politics. So he is in favor of the ban, to be imposed. So soon after the government reign ends, he's put a ban that on White House and Congress officials for becoming lobbyists. So they can't do that immediately after leaving government service. So that is another pitch that he has made. And very surprisingly, what he said when he took the podium is the same statement which in 1863 Mr. Abraham Lincoln said, that He promises to reinstate a government of, by, and for the people. He's good with the words. And let's look at the trade front, what to expect. So, a Trump presidency would break from the traditional Republican commitment to free trade. Now, he has in fact, announced his intention to renegotiate for North American free trade agreement with Canada and Mexico as well. This is big, and what he's saying is that if basically you want to trade with us, you have to sign the agreements where U.S. benefits. It's not that we'll just open our doors to anybody without U.S. getting it's if it's not part of the strategy of U.S. government. So let's look at the foreign policy now. Again, here he is saying that he may not guarantee protection to fellow NATO countries, and this is big because what he's saying is unless and until US is getting good amount in return or good benefit in return, he would not help, and he would not serve defense. And this is happening for the first time after the post World War II era, where candidate for president suggesting putting conditions on America's defense of its key allies. So that's big. Even Mr. Trump has flip flopped on key issues, including Syria. Most recently, the candidate implied that he sees Bashar al-Assad, the country's dictator, as a lesser evil when compared with US-backed rebel opposition groups, some of whom have Islamist learnings. This is big. Uh, and energy and environment. So again, a very, very disappointing development for environmentalists. So Mr. Trump's plan to cancel billions of dollars in payments to the United Nations climate change programs. What he wants to focus is on infrastructure and not basically the environment programs as such. And if you see there, he's also talking about he would lift roadblocks to the Keystone pipeline. Environmental activists fought hard to convince the Obama administration, and I think it's more to do also with canceling whatever Obama did. And I think he's in all the pictures in the campaigns just before the elections, he said that he would cancel almost everything what Obama did, and they already have 25 policies they would cancel immediately. While Barack Obama also warned people on the fact of the world would be at risk if Donald Trump is elected, but uh, this is what Trump would do, his team would do. His first actions will be try to erase the effects of Mr. Obama's presidency. So that's gonna be big, and we don't know what all would he do. So that is it, guys. I think it's a big day. It's a huge day for US and for the world. The market has already crashed big time, and let's see what will happen over the coming days and coming months. How his presidency would impact the entire world. Would it be better or would it be good? I would want your reactions on my channel, on my thread, on this video. Please come out and say, put your view forward. What do you think would happen to the world and US or India or Islamic states for that matter? uh, what about arms and ammunitions? What about drugs? uh, I don't think it will be just an extension to the last president to this president. It would be very, very different. So we got to see that. I would want you to subscribe to this channel so that you get similar news reactions, and I want you to put your view forward. Tell us what you like about this video. Give your view about what you think about Mr. Trump's presidency. Cheers.